Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome back for another day of the 14-day oil challenge. Glad you have joined us. We'll get started here in just a few seconds as people start to join. And as you are joining, if you would, go ahead and show me a little bit of love. Send me notes on the comments section. Let me know who you are, that you're here, where you're from, what state would be awesome, and also if you're a member of Young Living or not. If you would, love to get some love from you. Also, as you're joining in, go ahead and like the video if you've been enjoying this series. Share it with some of your friends and invite them to come and join us. Hi, Heather. Welcome. Glad you're here tonight. Alrighty, we've got a couple of people joining us. We'll give probably another 10 or 15 seconds here before I get started. If you don't have it, I definitely would recommend grab your water. Water is fantastic for your body and your overall health. Alrighty. So once again, welcome. Glad you could join us. And as you're joining in, if you would, just give me a quick little bit of love, like the video, share it with some folks. Also in the comment section, put in your name and what state you're from. And if you're a Young Living member would be fantastic. While people are joining, let me give a little story. So I don't know if you can read my shirt very well or not, but it says, I start working when the coffee does, because this used to be my slogan. And hi, Kim, welcome. Now that I use oils and my health has improved in a lot of different ways, thankfully I don't wear the shirt very often anymore. But with the oil that we're talking about tonight, it seemed like the appropriate shirt to put on. So that's my story to why I'm wearing that shirt. I hope you enjoy it. Alrighty. All right. So once again, welcome. Thanks, Heather, for putting that in there. And we'll go ahead and get started. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. And let's start tonight. So tonight we are continuing on with our series of the premium starter kit from Young Living, and we're working through each of the oils every night. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for coming, and thanks for inviting some folks. So what we're doing is we're looking at these oils, and my goal is to help give you some information so that as you have these oils at home, or if you've considered using oils before, you get an idea of what they are, how to use them, what they can be used for. And also, some of these oils have a little bit of warning that you want to have as you get ready to use them so that you use them properly. So really my goal here is to help educate, maybe help entertain a little bit. I think it's been fun the last couple of nights. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. And that we all learn together. So for those of you that are new joining us, whether it's live or watching the recording here, my name's Josh Decker. I have been using essential oils. Our family has been using them for about 2 years now. And just a couple of things want to make sure you know. First, I am not a medical doctor and I am not an expert. I'm just somebody who's used these oils, loves them, and wants to share them with the world, and that includes you. So what I'm willing to share is what I know, and if you have any questions, by all means, put it into the comments section. We'll answer those as we go. We'll have some additional question time at the end, and if I can't answer a question for you, I will definitely try and direct you to some areas where you can get those answers. Also, hi Jill, welcome. Just want to make sure in terms of diagnosing or treating specific conditions, I really can't help you there. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. Would love to help you understand the oils and what they do to help support your health and wellness, and what systems they can support, which is some of what we're going to talk about tonight. But specific conditions, I'm not really sure on. So just make sure that you're aware of that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. So tonight we're talking about lemon, and if you saw the hi, Stephanie. Thanks. If you saw the image that I put up a little bit earlier today about lemon, it was the Energized lemon is what we're talking about tonight. One of the things I love lemon for is the fact that it can give you energy. That's why I wore this shirt about coffee, because I no longer depend on caffeine to help give me energy. And so we'll talk about that a little bit more. Lemon has so many uses. But before we get to that, I talk to a lot of people and they say, okay, lemon oil, lemon juice, what's the difference? Do I need to use one or the other? And so I want to address that first. So lemon oil comes from the rind. It's cold pressed out of the rind of the lemon. And it takes about 3,000 lemons to produce 1 kilogram of lemon oil. So a lot of lemon peels. The juice, on the other hand, comes from the pulp of the lemon, from the meat that you would eat. And a lot of people, when we first talk and they look at the lemon oil, they go, oh, this is going to be tart, just kind of like a lemon. But it's not. And the reason it's not is because the juice, where it comes out of the pulp, is what has all the citric acid in it. That's what makes it tart. It also is what makes it sting if you get it on a cut. But the oil coming out of the rind doesn't have that same citric acid. So it has some of the same aroma that the juice might have. It's fantastic. But it doesn't have that acidic feature to it that the juice does. And so, hi Elizabeth, welcome. And so it's a little bit different in terms of what it does with your body. Again, they both kind of do complementary things. Juices work in one way, oils work in a little bit different way. And so if somebody asked me, which do I use, the oil or the lemon, I would say both if you can. Just make sure that being a citric fruit, being really juicy, if it's not organic, those types of juices suck in the pesticides and the chemicals. And so just be aware of what you're putting in your body. With the oils that come from Young Living, the lemon oil, it is organic, it is non-GMO, they tightly control their quality processes. So, you're really getting a very quality product there. And sorry, I saw myself texting. It's my wife. I didn't realize that. So hi. So you're really getting a very quality product, and it's going to do great things for your body. Another difference between the oils and the juices in terms of lemons is that the oil molecules are smaller. And so when you consume them, when you rub them on your skin, it's a lot easier for these molecules, because they're smaller, to actually get into every cell of your body and do the magic, do the goodness that it wants to do with your body. So those are some of the differences. So again, oils are fantastic. I would always use the oils. If you've got fresh organic lemons, might as well use some juice too, as long as it doesn't upset your stomach and whatnot. So let's jump in and talk a little bit different tactic now about, oh, Michelle, you can't see or hear. Can you send her a quick note and tell her to refresh her page, please? Thank you very much. My trusty assistant is standing aside. We'll get to you in just a second here, Michelle. So lemons, what is it about lemons that make it really good for you? Well, lemons have a huge amount of what we call monoterpenes in it. D-limonene is one of the examples. Oh, hi, Michelle. Glad you can see us now. D-limonene is one of the examples of a monoterpene. And we talked last night a little bit about the D-limonene. It's in lavender. Well, it's a little bit in lavender. It's a lot of bit in the lemon oil. And so it's got a lot of this stuff in it. It does really good for your body. Again, D-limonene is really good for digestion, to help detox your system, and for your metabolism. Lemon oil also has phenols in it, and a number of different phenols. So there's a lot of really good stuff to these to the lemon oil. Now I want to pause there for a minute. So most of you who are on this call don't know a lot about me. I'm going to share some as we go through these couple of weeks. What I want to share with you tonight is I was a youth pastor for about 10 years. And because of that, I firmly believe in object lessons. So I brought some props tonight. Okay, so here we go. So I want to talk with you just for a minute about how powerful lemon oil is for detoxing, for getting the junk out of your system. So here in front of me, I have a styrofoam cup. Now remember, yesterday I said, don't use styrofoam with oils. Tonight I'm going to show you why. Okay, so right here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've got a brand new, the seal's not broken bottle of lemon oil. So you know this hasn't been tampered with. It came straight from Young Living. And so what we're going to do is I'm just going to put a drop or two right on the bottom of the cup. So you can see it's perfectly fine. No holes, no nothing, right? So we're just going to put a couple of drops there. Whoops, 3 drops, my bad. Comes out a little bit fast. And we're just going to let that sit there. So cup's not going to move. We're going to move through this. We'll come back and take a look at that in a few minutes as we get toward the end of the session tonight. This is really cool. I did this for a family I met with at a coffee shop a few days ago, and the kids were like, whoa, watching what was happening on top here. So we'll come back and talk about that coffee cup in a minute, but just kind of keep your eye on there. Know that I'm not messing with it, so it's not going to go anywhere. All right, so what is lemon oil good for? So we've already talked a little bit about the fact that it can detox. And so I'm going to show you here in a couple of minutes just some of the power of what lemon oil can do. But really some of what it does from a detox perspective is it just helps break down the toxins that are in your blood and get them flushing out of your system. It's really great for doing that. And because of that, it's really good for to support a healthy circulatory system. It's also really good for supporting healthy digestion, a healthy immune system. It's actually a mood lifter. Many of the citrus oils are great. They're just kind of they're considered a bright smell. They help you feel good. And it also helps support healthy pH in your body, which is really important. You don't want to be too basic or too acidic inside your body. So the lemon oils help to balance that. But it's also extremely energizing. So it can help give you a little bit of energy. And so I know a lot of people who will take some lemon, who will put it in their water, drink it in the morning. I love drinking lemon in my water throughout the day, actually. Other people, they'll just carry it with them, just like they do maybe peppermint to help give them a boost throughout the day. One thing that you can do, so any of the oils that you want to help give you a boost, one of the best ways to do that, and I'm not going to do it tonight because I actually want to go to sleep, but what you do is just take your thumb, and those of you who are at the conference this weekend, you've already heard this a little bit, but you take your thumb, you take your oil, put a drop of oil on your thumb, and then just suck your thumb. Stick it to the top of your mouth. Now, if you're using peppermint, which we talked about on Monday, it may be a little bit uncomfortable. Hold it for as long as you can. But what that does is the top of your mouth is the base of your brain. And so it helps to get the oil to your brain very quickly. And so for those oils that help to give you energy, it gets it there. It gets it there quick. And so it accelerates the pace at which you're going to start feeling some of that. 1 drop, maybe 2 drops should be plenty to give you a little bit of a boost. I'm going to tell you a story in a few minutes about something we learned early on with lemon oil. But we'll get there in a minute. So aside from being energizing, it also, lemon oil is very good. It can help enhance the effectiveness of other oils. So if you're mixing some oils at home, you might want to add a drop or two of lemon oil to it to help enhance its effectiveness of what those other oils are already doing in your body. So it's really kind of a multi-purpose oil with lots of good stuff that it can do. And as I've said in other nights, go online. There's a lot of stuff that people are using lemon oil for that I can't go into here. So do a little bit of extra research. Look it up on WebMD. Look it up just on Google. Find out what people are using lemon oil for. It's fantastic. So then the question becomes, well, how do we use it? And so, this actually might be a good time. I'm going to pause before we get to that. Let me show you the results of our experiment. So it's only been a couple of minutes, right? You saw it at the beginning. There was perfectly solid, top. It was just normal styrofoam cup. Now look at that. The lemon oil has just ate away at that styrofoam. And that was 3 drops of oil in just a couple of minutes. Now, I've shown that to people and they've said, well, gosh, is this safe to be putting in my body? Absolutely, yes. The thing is, this is a toxin in your body, right? Your cells are not toxins. And so what the lemon oils do is they attack the toxins, they break them down and get them flushed out of your system. So just remember that. Remember, don't use lemon oil in styrofoam or in plastic because this is what happens, okay? But this is also what it does to the toxins inside your body. So if you haven't been using lemon oil, start using it. It's fantastic. It's going to help a lot. All right, so let's talk about how. So as with every oil, you can diffuse it, you can use it aromatically, put it on your hands, smell it, all of those great things. I wear actually here we go, a little diffuser necklace I got at the conference this weekend. It's just a little piece of wood on a string, and put a couple of drops of oil on that. This actually holds the aroma of the oils incredibly long, and so you can smell it throughout the day. It's fantastic. Again, it will help lift up the mood. Now, let me give you a caution here. So the story I told you I was going to share, early on, once we first got our oils, I think we had them maybe a month, if that. We took our kids up to a park just up the road from our house. We came back, we were all exhausted. We were like, oh man. And our kids didn't really want to settle down. So we said, okay, no problem. We're going to put on some oil. So we put on some lavender, we put on a little piece of calming, and we all just kind of relaxed for a little while. Well, about an hour later, it was getting a little bit late in the afternoon. I had some work that had to get done. And so I said, okay, that's enough relaxing. I got to get up and get some work done. So I threw some lemon in the diffuser. And not even thinking that, okay, my kids are only a few hours away from bed. And it was extremely hard to put my kids down that night because lemon doesn't act like sugar or like caffeine. It doesn't make your heart race or anything like that. It just wakens you up and it gets your energy going. And my kids just were filled with energy after we did that. And so my wife and I decided at that point we were never diffusing lemon oil again, at least not for many years. And we no longer had little kids. So just remember, as you diffuse oils, whether it's on you through a necklace like this or on your skin or as you put it through a diffuser, other people are going to be impacted by this as well. So if you have kids that you want to put to bed or you want your spouse to go to sleep, I would recommend not putting on lemon late at night or late in the afternoon. Okay, so that's my little warning there. Topically, you can always use lemon topically. You can put it on your chest, you can put it under your shirt, wherever you want to put it. But here's a warning with lemon. It is a citric or a citrus oil. And so the caution with all citrus oils is they are what we call photosensitive. There we go. Not photosynthesis, but photosensitive. So photosensitive simply means that when you go out into the sun, it can cause skin irritation. For some people, it's minor. For some people, it's major. And so if you are prone to sunburn or skin irritations of any kind, just be cautious of where you put it. If you're planning to go out in the sun, you might just want to put it on your feet as long as you plan to wear shoes, right? Otherwise, you might want to drink it or, use it in some other way. That way you don't cause skin irritation. So just a word to the wise. Also, another thing, if you've got sensitive skin, of course, mix it with a little bit of carrier oil to begin, just to make sure you're not going to react to it in any negative ways and that it's going to be safe for you. So the other way, and the primary way that we use lemon oil in our home is actually through ingestion. So lemon is one of the oils that has both the normal bottle from Young Living as well as the Vitality version. And again, same grade oil, different label. FDA has approved the Vitality line for ingestion in the United States. So what we like to do, water. Love to put lemon in the water, mentioned that earlier. And notice this is a glass bottle, so it's not going to melt or anything crazy like that. Now, the thing I will tell you, if you use the same bottle, as we mentioned the other night, water and oil don't mix. And so what happens is it starts leaving a little bit of a residue in your bottle. And that's actually a good thing because I can put lemon oil in this once and throughout the day I actually have the flavor of the lemon a little bit without all the tartness. And so it's not like I have to keep adding it every time to keep enjoying it. You can add it to tea. You can add it to things that you bake, so cookies and pies and, well, not pies. Well, I guess you could. You can also add it to, cakes and things like that. I lost my train of thought there. What I read earlier today, if you're going to substitute, you can substitute lemon oil for lemon oil for lemon juice, so use the oil instead, and it's really a great ratio. So if you had a teaspoon of lemon juice, it's 1 drop of lemon oil. That's all you need. So very little lemon oil to do the same job that you would use lemon juice for as you're baking. So so that's what we have for lemon today. I love lemon. It's fantastic. My wife and I use it all the time. We keep it away from my kids most of the time because we don't want them, too energized. They've got enough energy on their own. So we're just under 18 minutes. Let me pause there and show you the cup again. See, it's still continuing to eat through. There's actually holes developing. But I want to answer questions at this point. So if you've got any questions, go ahead, type them into the comments section. Would love to answer those for you. Also, if you have any ways that you've used lemon or things that you've seen lemon do, would love to hear those stories as well. So go ahead, type in some comments. Let's have a little bit of back and forth before we wrap up tonight. Man, I think I put everybody to sleep. I should send you all some drops of lemon and wake you up. All right, well, if there's no questions, I do just want to say, if you are on the call and you're not a member of Young Living, if you don't have oils in your hand, I would love to help you get some oils. And so give me a call. My number is 810-207-5115. You can also visit our website and reach us that way. That's oilyourhealth.com. And of course, if you like liked the video today, whether you're a member or a non-member, make sure you do like it, share it with your networks, like our page, Oil Your Health with Kim and Josh Deck. We'd love to have you hang around as we continue to go through this series and do additional classes like this moving forward. Some of what we're planning, just to give you an idea, we're going to wait to get done with this 14-day series, but some of the other classes that we're starting to prep for and going to be doing, we're going to do a series probably on, not probably, we are going to be doing a series on a chemical-free home, so ways that you can use oils to substitute out some of the chemicals that you might normally have in your house. That's probably the next one we're going to do, and I have no idea how many sessions that is yet. We're still working through some of the materials, so just be aware of that. Make sure you invite people to that one. I know a lot of people are trying to get the chemicals out, so hope you enjoyed tonight. If you do have any questions, whether now or if you're watching this recorded, make sure to put it in the comments. We'll get back to you. We're around Facebook all the time. Would love to connect with you and chat some more. Okay, so Heather just wrote something. She said, for the breakdown of toxins in the body, how do you do that? So you just get the lemon in you. So drink it, get it on your skin. It doesn't matter. The oils get into your body and do what they need to do. Now, in my opinion, putting them on your skin is a little bit more effective because they're not going through the digestive process. So that changes them chemically just a little bit, but they still do great things. And so, or do both, put them on your skin and drink them, get them both ways. But that's all you have to do to help them break down the toxins in your body. Thank you for bringing that up, Heather, because I also have a word of warning for you. So with oils like lemon, where you're trying to detox your system, you want to increase the amount of water that you're drinking. And the reason for that is because if you don't, you are going to start getting some side effects about we'll get to that in a second, Heather. You're going to start getting some side effects about, maybe some extra smells. Maybe you're going to start getting some sores and things because the toxins are going to start making their way out of your body. Okay, so just make sure you're drinking plenty of water, and that should help to flush it out. All right, Jill, let's see. Drinking lemon oil does affect the whole body for a second. No, so Jill, the photosensitivity is just putting it on topically. If you drink it, there's no sensitivity there. Great question. So that's, I guess if you put it all over your body, you'd have to be careful, but just drinking it, there shouldn't be any issues there. And then Heather, what about the head, like the conference? Yeah, and how many drops? So Heather, I think, and tell me if I'm right, you're talking about like putting it on your head, kind of like this, right? Tell me if I'm right or not. Right? I love the way I look weird on the video right now. Okay. Yes, just put it in, I'm sorry. Yes, drink plenty of plain water. Yep. And quite honestly, whether it has lemon in it or otherwise, you can drink it. So the point is, you're concentration-wise, you're actually using very little lemon to the amount of water that you're drinking. So even if you put lemon in all of your water, that's fine. Just make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. So the rule of thumb is drink half of your body weight in ounces of water and then add 20 for good measure. And definitely add that 20 if you're trying to detox. Now, most of us don't come anywhere close to that. So I would say whatever you're drinking now, increase that by at least double. And then more if you can. And that should help as you're trying to detox. In terms of putting it on your head, so it depends on your hair coverage. So I'm actually going a little bit thin up top. So I would be careful putting lemon oil on my head just because I'd be concerned about getting burned. But if you've got good hair coverage, yeah, by all means, put it on your head. Again, that'd be a great way just to give your brain a little bit of love. Stick it on your fingertips, get down in there, breathe in a couple of times really deep. It's a great way to get the lemon on you, to experience it in a little bit different way. But again, just be really careful. If you're like me and you have light hair, but you want to use it on your hair, just wear a hat. There's always ways around that kind of thing. So now you all know I'm going bald and I love coffee. Hey, we're learning a lot about each other as we're going through this. Great questions so far. Anything else that I can answer before we wrap up? You're welcome, Heather. Absolutely. Thanks, Sharon. I appreciate it. Well, again, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me for a little while tonight. It's been great talking about lemon. Really enjoyed doing these. Tomorrow night, even better, we're going to talk about frankincense. So, frankincense, an amazing ancient oil. So, be sure to invite some people. Let's get a lot of people in here. Again, if you can't make it, or if people that you want to have come can't make it live, this is available minutes after we're done, so they can go back and watch it. And again, we'd be happy to continue interacting through the comments. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.